Well, the race for Tel is still on. I don't think Arsenal are getting him, but at least he's got the common sense to reject the spuds. According to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Aston Villa are all in contact with Tel after he rejected a move to Tottenham. Some reports actually say Man United are the front runners. Some say he wants to leave permanently. Some say, he wants a loan because he still wants to have a crack at making it at Bayern Munich. And apparently there's also been an offer for him from Saudi Arabia or the Middle East, which he hasn't taken, people. It must be nice to be able to reject the eye-watering sums that they're providing. Mikel Arteta is giving his press conference, and he apparently said, I'm very confident in the work the club is doing, and we're exploring every opportunity. We're trying our best. Now, to know that it's probably unlikely, I hope I'm wrong, that we get Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. I don't necessarily think we're getting Tel, and there's definitely another player we've been linked with that doesn't seem forthcoming. We tried only go so far. I don't know about you lot. I commend the club for trying, but as I've been saying in my live streams, if we need a goal or God forbid there's more injuries, Mikel Arteta cannot put "we tried" in the starting 11 or in the front three. He can, nor can he, if we're a goal down and we need to win, can he go get warmed up? We tried. You need players, don't you, people? He also said, well, we've gone over that already, people. On Ollie Watkins, he said, I'm not going to talk about any individuals. We are actively looking proactively to find a solution in that position. Let's see what the market brings. Now, Mikel Arteta, privately, you know damn well the current status of if we're going to bring in players, whoever that is. But I hear it. The game's the game. You can't come and bait up your thing. And you did hear even Daniel Levy flew over to Germany to talk to Tel and he's rejected them. Maybe Levy's bad luck, or I actually think he's a great owner / chairman. I don't want him to ever I don't want him to ever leave Spurs, nor do I want Postecoglou to change his tactics, people. Romano said Tel and his agent are in Munich together to assess all options after rejecting Spurs' proposal. Tottenham will explore other options while Tel will consider other bids for loan / permanent move. Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Aston Villa are all in contact, people. Tel's current decision is to reject Spurs' proposal despite willingness to sign him for 60 million euros package and face-to-face talks. Tel has informed Spurs about his decision. You would imagine out of Chelsea, I think you get game time at Man United. I think you play at Arsenal. If Chelsea really want you like that, then you'd imagine you get game time. But I can understand that they got more money than sense. There's probably a bunch of clubs that you would play a regular amount of football, like Stuttgart and Marseille. Why? I won't lie. I don't want to praise Spurs. There's nothing to praise Spurs about. They're a little club, aren't they, people? But at the end of the day, he probably would get a lot of game time either up front or on the left-hand side. I know they have Solanke, but yeah, man, I can't blame you, man. I can't blame you. He flew out to accelerate talks and he's rejected it. So you could argue until he got involved, maybe they were getting someone to Tel pursuit. Arsenal and United are investigating a move for Bayern Munich's Mathys Tel with his desire to leave the Bundesliga sides, causing a flurry of activity that has also seen Spurs and Chelsea declare their interest. A significant issue that Arsenal must overcome is whether a loan with an option to buy is possible. Fewer clubs would be interested if it's just a loan without an option to buy, people. So at this point, we're hearing the same things. The 19-year-old was already on the radar of Arsenal with plans to bring in a new forward, and the player fits all their criteria, especially regarding his potential to flourish with a consistent role. Tel is two-footed and can play across the forward line while being able to move the ball with pace and is already considered a good finisher. Just needs a platform. We've also been linked with Semenyo. Miguel Delaney allegedly has said he's a real target for Arsenal this summer. I don't discount that, but I'd imagine whether we sign them or not, the usual suspects of the Nico Williams and etc. smash the like button will be the ones that are, the ones driving it. Arsenal are one of the clubs keen on Ferguson, but have no domestic loans left. So we'd have to buy him permanently, people. His stock has fallen, but, form is temporary, class is permanent. So yeah, man, let's hope we are really exploring the opportunities. I want to know your thoughts. Are you not confident in Arsenal's ability to sign anyone? Do you think we'll sign a player? The Athletic have spoken, and apparently, Emirates says Ollie Watkins is happy to stay at Aston Villa. You've got no choice. You've got 3 years left on your deal. You're still competing to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve. If you're Emre, you probably sit Ollie Watkins down and say, listen, I hear it. Arsenal's your boyhood club. It's Arsenal, respectfully. It's Arsenal and Aston Villa. I understand it. But at the end of the day, if the move doesn't make sense, you've got a contract here. You need to just keep doing your job. You need to get your form going. A lot of people have said Duran should play ahead of you. He only had 4 starts and he's gone Saudi. So I'm going to need you and I want you to retain my faith. And at the end of the day, if you keep doing what you're doing, Arsenal's interest may probably not go away, people. So he just needs to do what he's doing. I mean, Emre's not going to come out and say anything differently, but he said, Emre said he always appreciates a lot how Aston Villa was always supporting and helping him when he joined here 2 years ago, how we worked with him. We're always trying to get the best out of him. Now we need him like he needed Aston Villa in the last years. The conversations we are having with him, he's always adapting to every circumstance we have. Of course, when some teams call us being interested in players, it's very good for us. Some players prefer to leave. Some players accept to be here and commit to us. And one of them is Ollie Watkins, which again, you just have to get on with your job. He has 11 goals and 9 assists across 32 appearances this season, people. Last season, he scored a lot of goals. I know all the statisticals are talking about XG and non-penalty goals. And if you manipulate the stats, Kai Havertz is actually overruling him in that. But let's have some common sense, people. In terms of being an out-and-out striker, I'm not saying Ollie Watkins is the best option, nor do I think he's Arsenal's first option. But I understand the impossible dream of Isaac and all of that, but I think too many fans are turning up their nose. Watkins is good in the air, can score goals, general play is good, can play out wide as well, can work the channels on the pitch well, Premier League proven, all of that jazz. I wouldn't say no. I hear it, people. He's 29. There's no resale value. There's no longevity. All of that makes sense, but he can perform for now. If he can give us something in the next 2-3 or so years, fair play. I'm not saying that this is the one, but you get where I'm going. And I know he's not in the same realm, but how old was Jamie Vardy when he started playing Premier League football? How old was Ian Wright when he got to Arsenal? How old was Van Persie when he went to Man United? I know the times have changed, but I don't think they went, oh, he's 29. He helped them win titles. And again, even if you have to find an upgrade, so what? And he naturally is just in the squad. So bloody what? Again, I'm going against my own logic. Now, Ollie Watkins is one thing, Mathys Tel's another. These don't look like they're happening. And also to add to it, bad news does come in 2s and 3s. Nepan is expected to stay at Rosenborg until the end of the season. The 18-year-old Norwegian people who's been linked with us, Aston Villa, Girona, yada, yada, yada. Apparently, he's going to stay at his current club, despite it looking like he would join Arsenal or someone else. We've been linked with Boniface. Again, the move to the Middle East didn't work. Arsenal and Man United have been offered the chance to sign Boniface late in the January transfer window, with a report claiming that 3 other clubs in the Premier League have been told he is willing to join them after his big move to Saudi Arabia broke down. Now, all of these clubs need a striker. His move didn't work. Everyone's scrambling for signings. Maybe it's a case of creative journalism. I reckon Leverkusen are happy with him. They could, they probably got an offer they couldn't refuse. And likewise, the player was going to probably get offered some life-changing money. Again, being devil's advocate, if you're Arsenal and Man United and you actually inquired and you were told his preference is to go to Saudi, you can't have a chip on your shoulder. But if he's rejected you, do you want to be a second choice? I'm not sure. He's got 69 goals and 31 assists in 167 games, people. And they agreed a £50 million deal. So again, if we're that convinced on him, allegedly, why not, people? Once again, it is easy to link Arsenal with a bunch of players because it's, as it says here, it's well documented that Arsenal are looking for a new striker in the January transfer window, people. And it wouldn't be an Arsenal transfer window or rumor or whatever if it wasn't Daily Doosan. We've been linked with Vlahovic again. Now, do you believe this? Really? I know we was linked with him a few years ago. Actually, around the same time we was linked with him, we was linked with Watkins. I don't believe this, but for what it's worth, Arsenal are still keen to sign a new striker before the January window closes. Now, Arsenal did have a previous interest in him. Doesn't look like he's going to sign a new contract at Juventus, or they've reached a conclusion around that. I don't know. But this report states the Juventus striker is among Arsenal's top targets. A final decision on whether to bid hasn't been made, but the Gunners are considering a bid over the weekend. The 25-year-old is open to a new challenge in the Premier League. He has scored 7 goals in 18 Serie A appearances. I wouldn't cry if we got him, but I don't rate him as much as I used to rate him. I don't think he's necessarily the best option. Arsenal have banked around 75 million after securing their place in the last 16 of the Champions League. Hopefully that can be put towards some signings, people. And this article, long story short, Jorginho is still linked with a move to Brazil and to Flamengo. Do we really think that's happening in January? I don't think you lot are that stupid. Weirder things have happened. We were linked with Cunha. Aston Villa, who are playing real-life football manager, they've been linked with Asensio, João Felix. They've actually been linked with a late bid for Cunha as well. It seems that it's going to be quiet in the Cunha regards, people. So, yeah, regarding transfer news, that seems to be it. Don't forget to smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts. Are you confident? Would you not take Boniface or Vlahovic? Which one would you have over them? Would you take a permanent punt on Brighton's Ferguson? Should we accelerate plans to go for Semenyo this window rather than in the summer? I don't know, but I want to hear your thoughts.
He always